Dimitri Samen. Good morning.
Hello.
Thanks for coming over, for being with us this morning. I must say, on top of looks, I also notice you've got quite a voice, Dimitri.
A great radio voice, I'd say.
If you ever get tired of Greco-Roman wrestling, you could always come to the radio, Dimitri.
That right there is a morning voice.
So you have to come back this afternoon for the afternoon shows to find your afternoon voice.
Yeah, that's it.
Dimitri Samen, we're really happy to be with you this morning. You're a Greco-Roman wrestler. So, what's the difference between classic wrestling, which we just call wrestling, and Greco-Roman wrestling?
No, I'd say wrestling is divided into subcategories. At least for the Olympic categories, there's Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling, lucha libre, and women's wrestling, which is freestyle. So basically, you could say there's no women's Greco-Roman wrestling. I don't know why.
Okay, Dimitri, you were the French senior champion in 2020, 2021, 2023, and 2024. That's right. What happened in 2022? I didn't participate in 2022 because I was injured.
Right, I think it's 2020, 2021, 2023, and 2024.
What happened? What was the injury?
So, I ended up getting a meniscectomy. I had a tear in my internal ligament, if I remember correctly.
It's the past.
It's the past now. You have to move on. Besides, we live in the future. Everything that's happening, everything that's important is in the future.
That clearly didn't stop you from coming back with what we've seen in 2023, 2024, and mentally projecting to 2025 too.
That's right, that's right. We missed out on 2024. So here, we are moving on to something else already, getting back to training even during the holidays. So yeah, we're hungry.
Because your season is over, right?
Correct. Unfortunately, I didn't qualify for the Olympics. As complicated as it can be, I think overall I made a transition, I recovered from injury, and I feel I wasn't ready yet. So yeah, we'll do what's necessary to be ready for the coming years.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Some small injuries, but wrestlers always have some little injuries. Athletes do in general, but nothing serious.
How do you take care of yourself when you're an athlete and often have small injuries?
How do we do it? We are well supported. At the training center, we're well supported with medical assistance. Not quite 24/7, but almost. There, we go to bed early. Honestly, I'm not telling you anything new. And for those who are believers, we also pray. All of this is to really be well in body and mind.
So, contrary to what one might think when you hear about wrestling, the goal of your sport, which is quite special, isn't to hurt the other person.
That's right, that's right. I'd even say you're not allowed to hurt someone in wrestling. It's forbidden to do holds, for example, where the joint goes in a direction it shouldn't. It's forbidden to strangle. And so on.
Say.
I think in close combat, those are definitely the primary elements you can use to hurt someone. They're banned in wrestling, so that shows how it is.
Obviously, Dimitri, you don't have Greco-Roman roots. You do Greco-Roman wrestling, but you aren't Greco-Roman.
Correct. I'm not Greco-Roman, I'm Cameroonian.
Okay.
I was born in Cameroon.
And you represent France in your discipline.
That's right, that's right. I've been representing France for over 5 years now, 6 years. I was a starter on the French youth team, and I still am on the senior team.
So, Dimitri, here's a question that just came in for you. We'd love to know how you became a Christian and why you chose Greco-Roman wrestling.
Let's dive right into this topic. So, how did I become a Christian? I'd say my family is Christian, originally Catholic, so you could say I was immersed in it a bit. But in my opinion, I also became a Christian when I decided to take my faith into my own hands and really seek God, doing research in the Bible.
Can you explain what does it mean?
Taking your faith into your own hands means trying to have a real relationship with God. Because God is a being, a person. To really have a relationship with Him, you need to get to know Him. So for those who don't know Jesus and want to start getting to know Him, I think the Gospels are a good place to start. So yes, by getting to know God and deepening my relationship, I leaned more towards Protestantism.
How would you actually describe this relationship with God?
My relationship with God, I would say it's intimate, but it could be even more so.
Can you explain?
Intimate, it means he's the one I talk to when I'm sad, when I'm happy, in the morning when I wake up, at night before I sleep. So, yes, it's really important for me to give my first moments and my last to Jesus.
What do? Do you have ready made prayers?
No, not at all. I'm not into dogmas or rituals at all. I get up and talk to God like he's a father, a friend, a brother who's right there with me in that moment. So, yeah, I try to do that as naturally as possible.
So, Dimitri, as I understand, you're currently one of 2 train company employees who benefits from a special work arrangement because you are an athlete.
That's right, I'd even say I'm one of the 2 wrestlers who benefit from this contract. In all, there are 24 of us currently active in the system, and out of these 24 people, there are only 2 wrestlers. So, Johnny Burr, a wrestler friend of mine in the under 77 kilos category, and me in the under 97 category. For lesser known sports like wrestling in France, these are life-changing contracts because we don't really earn a monthly salary from wrestling. Even though it's an Olympic sport, unfortunately, we don't earn a salary. So, the train company not only allows us to prepare for our future retraining, life after fighting, but also lets us earn a salary to get an apartment and travel on our own. It complements all the sponsorships, patronage, and other financial support. So, yeah, it's an awesome deal. And on top of that, I do have a great team. We're being highlighted. We're displayed and posted all over France. I mean, it's awesome.
Dimitri Samen, you're a bit of a special athlete, aren't you? Can you explain to us what makes you special?
I'd say what makes me special is that when I was born, I wasn't supposed to walk. I was born with a malformation, and so here I am today. You could say it's actually some sort of victory.
Is it a visible malformation or invisible?
It used to be a lot more noticeable. No, it's still noticeable. Yeah, that's true, when I take off my socks. But I was born with clubfoot. So, it's a malformation. To explain it well, I'd say, it's at the Achilles heel level where we don't really have an Achilles heel. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, I had surgery. I've had more than 7 operations in my life, including 2 or 3 in Cameroon, 2 or 3 in Spain, because I lived in Spain, and then 2 or 3 in France. So it wasn't easy. There were sports I wanted to play, like soccer, just like everyone else, or basketball, which my mom ruled out immediately to avoid my fragile feet getting messed up or falling apart. But yeah, let's just say I definitely found my outlet elsewhere. And yeah, it's kind of a way to get back at life.
You might have thought that this malformation was a curse. You managed to turn it into a blessing.
Honestly, that's a good question. A good question. And if that's the case, it's not me who transformed it, it's God. But yeah, thanks to my mom, my family who always supported me through these challenges, whether it was emotional or financial support, because those operations cost money. And there you go. Thanks especially to my mom, a single mother who sacrificed herself for my brothers and me and always took care of us, who did everything so we could have everything. And yeah, truly, it's a curse you could say turned into a real blessing.
Often in the world of athletes, family gets forgotten, it's put aside. But it's still crucial, that support system for you, Dimitri Samen.
Yeah, it's super important, especially as the eldest, So, as the man of the family, I'd even say. I think I have an important place in my family, just as they have a place, if not the most important place, for me.